Hi there, and welcome to Fluent English Plus. I'm so glad you're here today because what you're about to learn might just change the way you learn English forever. Have you ever found yourself struggling to speak English fluently, even though you've studied it for years? Do you sometimes feel like you understand grammar and vocabulary, but when it comes time to actually speak, you freeze up? You're not alone. Most English learners feel exactly the same way. But what if I told you there's a simple, powerful technique that's been used by polyglots, interpreters, and even language teachers around the world? A technique that can help you build natural fluency, boost your confidence, and speak English without translating in your head? Well, that method is called shadowing. And it's exactly what this channel, Fluent English Plus, is all about. That's right. The way I present, the way you follow along, the way you hear and repeat, it's all based on shadowing. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how it works, why it's so effective, and how you can use it to finally speak English more naturally and confidently. In this full video guide, we'll break down what shadowing actually is, how it works on your brain and pronunciation, the key benefits, and why it's better than many traditional methods. Real examples of shadowing in action, a complete, step-by-step process you can follow daily. And finally, we'll walk through a real shadowing practice session together. Whether you're a beginner looking for structure or an advanced learner stuck at a plateau, this video is for you. So grab your headphones, get ready to speak aloud, and let's dive into the world of shadowing. Shadowing, at its core, is a language learning technique where the learner listens to a native speaker and repeats what they hear immediately, word for word, with as little delay as possible. It was first introduced and popularized by Dr. Alexander Argels, a well-known polyglot and language teacher who used it to acquire fluency in multiple languages. But this method isn't only for experts or language nerds. It works for anyone, especially English learners like you. Let's break it down into simple terms. 1. You listen to a native speaker speak naturally. 2. As they speak, you repeat their words at the same time or with a slight delay. 3. You try to mimic their pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation exactly. It's kind of like being their shadow. That's why it's called shadowing. Why is this method different? Most traditional language learning focuses on memorizing vocabulary, studying grammar rules, translating back and forth between your native language and English. But real communication doesn't happen like that. When native speakers talk, they don't think about grammar rules, they feel the language. And shadowing helps you internalize English by using your ears, your mouth, and your brain all at the same time. This isn't passive learning, it's active, intense, and engaging. The three key elements of shadowing: 1. Imitation. You copy the speaker's sounds exactly. 2. Synchronization. You speak nearly at the same time as the speaker. 3. Repetition. You repeat the same material several times to master it. And here's what makes it so powerful. Shadowing helps you break free from the need to translate in your head. Because instead of thinking in your native language and then converting it into English, you're training your brain to think directly in English. Over time, this rewires your brain and boosts your speaking speed, listening comprehension, and pronunciation. But wait, isn't it difficult to repeat at the same time? Yes, at first it might feel strange or hard. You may feel like you can't keep up, or you're mumbling or slurring your words. But that's okay. Shadowing is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. Start slow. Repeat with subtitles or transcripts. Listen multiple times. And most importantly, don't give up. Your fluency is just on the other side of that awkward stage. In the next part, we'll explore exactly why shadowing is so effective and how it transforms the way you speak and understand English. Why does shadowing work so well? What makes it so different from just watching movies or repeating words from a textbook? Let's explore the science, psychology, and real life benefits behind this powerful technique. 1. Shadowing activates multiple areas of your brain at once. When you shadow, you're listening carefully, activating auditory processing, repeating immediately, engaging speech production, focusing your attention, engaging cognitive control, mimicking pronunciation and intonation, engaging motor memory. This multisensory, high-focus repetition creates stronger neural connections than passive learning. 2. You build muscle memory for speaking English. Just like athletes or musicians, language learners need to build automatic responses. Shadowing helps you form the exact physical habits needed for fluent speech. Correct tongue position, smooth breath control, accurate stress and rhythm. Over time, your mouth and brain will work together more naturally. Speaking becomes more fluid, like playing a song you've practiced 100 times. 3. You improve your pronunciation and accent naturally. You don't need to memorize the International Phonetic Alphabet. By copying real native speech, you begin to feel the sounds. You catch subtle vowel changes. You notice linking and reductions, e.g., gonna instead of going to. You sound more natural without trying too hard. Shadowing is like having a daily pronunciation coach. 4. It strengthens your listening skills dramatically. Many learners say, I can't understand native speakers. They talk too fast. That's because spoken English is very different from textbook English. Shadowing forces you to focus on fast, real speech. Train your ears to process connected sounds. Recognize common sentence patterns and chunks. Your listening comprehension will grow, not just in exercises, but in real conversations. 5. It helps you stop translating in your head. Translating is slow. Shadowing teaches you to hear a phrase, recognize the meaning immediately, speak it without thinking in your native language. This is the key to fluency. The less you translate, the more natural your English becomes. 6. It builds confidence through repetition. Many learners feel shy or nervous speaking English. But when you shadow daily, you repeat hundreds of phrases. Get used to hearing your own voice in English. Become more confident with each session. You'll stop thinking, can I say this? And start feeling, I've said this before. I know how it sounds. 7. It fits into your daily life. Shadowing doesn't require a classroom or expensive tools. All you need is audio or video with native speech, headphones, your voice. You can shadow while walking, driving, cooking, or relaxing. It turns your dead time into speaking practice. 8. It accelerates your path to fluency. Instead of waiting months or years to feel fluent, shadowing puts fluency in your hands right now. With just 15 to 30 minutes a day, you'll speak more clearly, understand more quickly, think in English more automatically. The progress might feel slow at first, but after a few weeks, you'll be surprised how far you've come. In the next part, we'll explore some real examples of how to do shadowing step by step, including what materials to use, how to practice effectively, and how to build it into your daily routine. Now that you understand what shadowing is and why it works, it's time to dive into how to practice it effectively. The process of shadowing might seem simple, but like any skill, it requires consistency and proper technique. In this section, we'll break down the steps, what materials to use, and how to build a daily shadowing routine that works for you. What materials should you use for shadowing? The beauty of shadowing is that it doesn't require fancy textbooks or expensive courses. All you need is audio or video with native speakers. The most important part of shadowing is choosing high quality, authentic material. Look for podcasts or YouTube videos from native speakers, audiobooks, TV shows, or movies, news broadcasts, or interviews. Pick content that matches your level of comprehension but also pushes you a little. As you progress, aim to challenge yourself with faster speakers, diverse accents, and different types of conversations. While it's possible to shadow without them, having a transcript or subtitles can make your practice smoother, especially in the beginning. These will help you understand exactly what is being said and allow you to repeat more accurately. Make sure to use materials that offer transcripts so you can read along while you listen. For more advanced practice, challenge yourself by watching without subtitles and see how much you can understand. Step-by-step process: how to shadow effectively. 1. Choose your material. Pick a short audio or video clip. The clip should be no longer than 2 to 3 minutes, so you can practice it multiple times. If you're just starting out, pick something a bit slower or simpler to understand. 2. Listen to the clip once. Before you start shadowing, listen to the entire clip without speaking. This helps you familiarize yourself with the pronunciation, rhythm, and overall feel of the language. 3. Shadow along with the clip. Now, press play and begin to repeat immediately after the speaker. Try to mimic everything: the pronunciation, the intonation, the rhythm, and even the pauses. It doesn't matter if you can't keep up perfectly at first. Just keep trying. 4. Focus on accuracy, not speed. At the start, don't worry about being fast. Focus on accuracy. Are you pronouncing words correctly? Are you mimicking the speaker's rhythm and tone? The goal is to be as close as possible, not to be the fastest. 5. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Once you've completed the first round of shadowing, listen again. This time, pay attention to areas where you struggled. Focus on improving those areas and repeat the process. 6. Break it down into smaller chunks. If the clip is long or difficult, break it into smaller parts. Shadow one sentence or paragraph at a time. This will help you stay focused and make the practice less overwhelming. 7. Gradually increase complexity. As you progress, try to challenge yourself by increasing the speed or difficulty of the material. You can also start shadowing longer clips or even entire episodes of podcasts to keep improving your skills. 8. Practice daily. The key to success with shadowing is consistency. Aim to practice every day, even if it's just for 15 to 20 minutes. If you practice regularly, you'll see dramatic improvements in your listening, speaking, and overall fluency. To better understand how shadowing works in practice, let's walk through some real examples. Let's take a podcast episode about a common topic, something like how to cook a perfect omelet. Step 1. Listen to the podcast. Listen to the first minute of the podcast. As you hear the host's introduction and explanation, pay attention to their tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. Step 2. Shadow along. Press play again and shadow the host's words immediately after they say them. Focus on mimicking their speech exactly. Step 3. Repeat. Listen to the same clip several times. Try to improve each time you repeat. By practicing in this way, you'll improve not only your speaking but also your listening comprehension. So, there you have it, the shadowing method in all its glory. Now you know how to use it, why it works, and just how powerful it can be for improving your English fluency. Remember, the key is consistency. It's not about how fast you can speak, but how naturally you can speak. Shadowing trains your brain to think in English and helps you break free from translating in your head. So, whether you're a beginner just starting your English journey or someone who's been learning for a while and wants to level up, shadowing is your ticket to fluency. And don't forget, what you're watching right now and every video on this channel is the method we're talking about. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this guide helpful and that you're excited to start using shadowing in your own practice. The more you practice, the more natural your English will become. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And if you have any questions or thoughts about shadowing, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about your progress. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy learning, and good luck with your English journey.